My sister quit her job and told me to support her. I said no, and took an overseas offer instead. Minutes later, my mom tried to ban me from Thanksgiving unless I signed a $150,000 loan. That night, I cut every shared payment, then came 43 missed calls. You know that feeling? The one where you're just there? Always in the background, always holding the ladder while everyone else climbs, always the quiet solution? I spent my entire life being that guy. Until one day, my family asked me for $150,000, and that's when I realized, being the plan for everyone else meant I had no plan for myself. And that's when everything shattered. I've always been the sensible one, the reliable one, the one who actually knows how money works. My little sister, Jenna? She was the golden child. Rules didn't apply to her, they just bent. It was like we grew up in the same house but lived in two completely different realities. When I was a kid, I earned my allowance. She got surprises for trying her best. In high school, I bought my own beat-up laptop bussing tables. She got a brand new phone, for safety. That pattern never stopped. It just learned bigger numbers and better excuses. I work in operations for an international logistics company. It's not glamorous, but I like it. I track shipments, fix processes, make things run on time. My life fits neatly into a spreadsheet. My family, though? They live in a group chat, and it was getting pretty chaotic. The last Sunday dinner I went to was about a month ago. Mom had a roast in the oven, Dad's game was on mute, and Jenna breezed in 20 minutes late, wearing an oversized sweater that probably cost more than my first car. She kissed Mom's cheek, dropped into a chair, and immediately asked, "Do we have lemon water, or just regular?" I was chopping parsley. "Sink works," I said, a little too dryly. She just looked at me like I'd suggested drinking from a puddle. Then my Aunt Rose leaned across the table. "Alex, you're not still renting, are you? That's just lighting money on fire." I mumbled, "Working on it." Mom didn't even look up from basting. "He likes to be careful," she said. "He's good with that. Our planner." Then, almost lightly, she tapped the oven door with her spoon. "Besides, Alex is comfortable. He's not like Jenna. She's creative. She's meant for more." Jenna just put her chin in her palm and smiled a magazine ad smile. "I'm figuring stuff out. It's a journey." I kept chopping. Dad turned up the volume for a replay. "Alex, grab the bill when it gets here." "Forgot my wallet," I said, in the kitchen. Everyone chuckled. It was an easy joke because it was an easy assumption. Of course, I'd cover the bill. I always cover the bill. Later, in the living room, I tried to talk to Mom about taking a short-term assignment abroad. 6 months, maybe a year. She just waved it away. "Sweetie, that's not realistic. Your sister needs you right now." "Needs me? What did that even mean?" "Don't be defensive," she said. "You know how Jenna is. She just needs a little runway." Then Jenna wandered in, checked her reflection in the black TV screen, and said to me, "You'll understand when you let go a little." Something small and old shifted in my chest. It wasn't anger. It was that heavy, familiar feeling I used to get as a kid when the teacher said group project, and everyone looked at me because they wanted an A without the work. I put the knife down. "Dessert's in the fridge," I said. Aunt Rose called from the table, "You're a doll." Then, quieter to Mom, thinking I wouldn't hear, "You're lucky to have him." Mom replied, not lowering her voice, "Of course we are. That's what family is." There was a pause. The kind where you're supposed to nod and agree and be grateful for being needed. I nodded anyway. And that was it. That tiny moment. No shouting, no scene. Just a little reminder of the rules. Jenna dreams. I do the dishes. Jenna finds herself. I find my wallet. That night, I lay on my couch, staring at the ceiling, feeling the old aches settle in. The ones you mistake for love because they started in the same house. I slept badly. Mom's sentence looped in my head, "She needs you right now was about to become a number. I could feel it. The money stuff didn't start huge. It started with, "Put it on your card, we'll settle up." The first time was a family phone plan. Just for a year. Mom said. 1 year became $216 a month. Then Netflix, $14.99. Then, "Can you add your sister to your car insurance, just for now, $96 extra?" I told myself it was fine. I could afford it. It kept the peace. After college, I stayed home 2 extra years to help when Dad's hours got cut, paying half the mortgage. Temporary turned into don't rock the boat. When I finally moved out, I left my name on the power bill because autopay was already set up. "We'll switch it," Mom said. Next month. Next month got bumped by birthdays, by Grandma's knee, by "we're so busy." I kept a list on my phone. Dates, amounts, confirmation numbers. It looked like a normal person's notes app, except it had a baby strapped inside. Meanwhile, Jenna tried things. A bakery internship, a travel blog, a wellness coaching certificate she never finished paying off. I loaned her $400 for books once, then $850 for a deposit she'd lose if she backed out, then $1,200 when her car died, and somehow that was my problem because I'd used it last winter. I wrote the amounts in my notes and put 2 stars next to any I believed would never return. She calls money energy. I call it rent. Why push back? Mom would say. They're small things. When I sent a Venmo request to Jenna with a friendly, "Hey, can you tackle this week?" she replied with a heart emoji. And no money. "Don't be transactional," she said in person. It's gross. Dad's line was always, "Family is family. It evens out." It didn't. It just got tidier. The asks were packaged better. We thought it would be simpler if one person handled the payments, Mom texted once, attaching a photo of our water bill with my old account number circled in blue pen. "You're organized," she added. "We'll get you next time." I'm not a saint. I'm not a martyr. I'm a guy who can do math. I kept helping because it felt easier than fighting. It felt like leaving a light on for people you're not sure will ever come home. Last winter, I got offered a rotation in our Dublin office. 12 months. Housing stipend, travel paid, a raise. It was everything I say I want when I'm being honest. I half accepted, then paused. I told them I needed time. In my family, leaving wasn't just leaving. It was abandoning. It was, "So you think you're better than us?" I told Mom about it in January. She said, "We'll talk after Jenna figures out her next step." Her next step became a man named Caleb in an apartment they couldn't afford. He's nice enough. Wore a beanie to Thanksgiving and called my mother ma'am, which she loved. In March, Jenna and Caleb got a dog. In April, Jenna decided her boss was toxic and quit. In May, the group chat got busier. Rent is predatory. Landlords are vampires. Capitalism is violence. I muted it for 8 hours and went for a walk. By June, I'd covered 3 tiny things: the phone bill when Mom's car got weird, the car insurance when Jenna had a limit on Venmo, and a surprise vet bill because the universe sent us Daisy. $216. $96. $347. Numbers that felt small until they became a stack of straws. Mom's language shifted around then. She started using we. We need. We were thinking. We could all pitch in an asterisk if I asked who he was. She'd say, "Oh, Alex, don't start." You know what I mean. I knew exactly what she meant. The first time the number $150,000 showed up, it wasn't in a text. It was in a binder. White, with tabs. Mom slid it across the table like she was handing me a college brochure. "Jenna's opening a studio," she said. "There's a whole plan, a year of runway. She just needs a guarantor to unlock better terms." A guarantor? I repeated. Dad cleared his throat. It's just your name, he said. It shows confidence. It shows liability, I shot back. Jenna twirled a strand of hair. It's not that deep. It's exactly that deep, I said. $150,000 is deep. It's an investment in family, Mom said. We would do it for you. They wouldn't, they never had. I closed the binder and slid it back. I can't co-sign a loan for you, Jenna, I said. I love you, but no. She rolled her eyes like I'd refused to share fries. Wow, she said. You're so tight. That night, Mom called and cried. Dad called and didn't. Aunt Rose sent a voice note about seasons and abundance. Jenna posted an Instagram story about financial abuse with a paragraph from a blog about siblings who hoard wealth. Caleb texted me a thumbs down. I put my phone face down and watched the ceiling fan trace slow circles in the dark. The Dublin offer sat in my inbox like a door half open. I could feel air moving through it. Then came the ask inside the ask. Asterisk, I'm quitting my job. You'll support us while I find myself asterisk, not yet in words, but soon. I could hear it coming like a train around a bend. The track was already laid. It arrived on a Wednesday at 8:12 a.m. I was brushing my teeth. My phone buzzed on the sink. Asterisk, Jenna, I'm quitting today. I can't do the stress anymore. You'll support us while I find myself asterisk. There wasn't a question mark anywhere in that message. Just the certainty of someone who has always landed on a cushion she didn't sew. I rinsed my mouth, looked at my face in the mirror, sleep-creased, ordinary, and typed back with my thumbs. Me? Not my problem. I hit send. My hands didn't shake. I wasn't mean. I was concise. Within 60 seconds, asterisk mom, emom, call me em right now asterisk Jenna, are you serious? Asterisk Caleb, bro. The Dublin email was still open on my laptop. I scrolled to the bottom and clicked accept. Start date Monday. Flight assigned. Apartment arranged. It felt like putting a plate back in the cabinet where it belonged. 8 minutes later, Mom sent the all-caps classic. Emo, banned from Thanksgiving until you sign your sister's $150,000 loan. I actually laughed. Not loud, just a small, private sound I hadn't made in years. It sounded like relief wearing a cheap disguise. 10 minutes after that, my phone lit up with a FaceTime from Dad. I answered. They were on speaker. I could see the kitchen behind them, the fridge calendar with everyone's names except mine. Mom didn't waste time. You will apologize to your sister, she said. You will fix this. No, I said. What do you mean, no? Her voice went high, then thin. I mean, no, I repeated. I won't be supporting two adults. I won't be co-signing anything. I won't be on the hook for 6 figures because you're rewriting reality with feelings. Dad leaned toward the phone. Watch your tone. My tone is calm, I said. And it's going to stay calm. Jenna barged into frame, mascara already smudged in a way that made me think of a stage play. You're so selfish, she whined. You're punishing me for being different. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm drawing a line. You've never believed in me, she accused. I believed in you when I paid for your books, I retorted. When I covered your car insurance. When I added you to my phone plan. When I paid your vet bill. When I sat through 3 different launch parties for projects you abandoned by next Thursday. She sucked her breath. You're keeping score? Yes, I said. Because I'm the one paying the bill. Mom tried a new angle. If you leave now, she said, you abandon this family. I'll leave Monday, I said. For work. Not for spite. Oh, he thinks he's better than us, Jenna said, tearful and theatrical. I stood up straighter and spoke like I was on a call at the office, because that's where I learned how to be clear. This isn't about revenge, I said. This is about closure. Silence. Then laughter. The mean, brittle kind dad does when he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. Closure from what? He sneered. Doing your part? From being the plan, I said. From being the quiet solution. They all started at once. Mom with blame. Dad with volume. Jenna with accusation. Caleb with bros syllables from somewhere off camera. I didn't raise my voice. I repeated myself like a policy. I'm not your guarantor, I said. I'm not your salary. I'm not your emergency fund. Dad jabbed a finger at the screen. You will regret this. I already regret not doing it sooner, I said. I ended the call. I put the phone down on the counter like a hot pan and stared out the window. Across the street, my neighbor was watering his tomatoes. The sun hit the side of the building and made a rectangle of light on my floor. Nothing exploded. Nothing broke. The city kept moving. 15 minutes later, a group text arrived. Mom, family meeting tonight me. I won't be there, Mom. You will come me. No, Jenna. I hate you. Asterisk me. I love you. I won't finance you. Asterisk blue bubbles. Gray bubbles. Blue. Gray. Then just gray. Long paragraphs about sacrifice, about everything we did for me, about the way I talked to my mother. I set the phone face down, opened my laptop, and forwarded my signed acceptance to HR. Then I emailed my landlord my notice, booked the airport train, and wrote myself a list with boxes I could check. It felt like building a small raft while the tide turned. It felt like leaving a room I'd outgrown, but kept cleaning anyway. That night, I did what I should have done a year ago. I opened every account that had another person's name on it and started cutting strings. Phone plan. Remove Jenna and Mom. The system warned me 3 times that someone would lose service. I clicked through. Total monthly savings, $216. Car insurance. Unlinked Jenna. Effective date, midnight. New premium back to mine alone. Savings, $96. Streaming services. Change my password. Disabled the TV in a living room that wasn't mine, $14.99 back to me. Not the money. The principle. Utilities. Power and water in my parents' house. Still had my name on the autopay. I set the next payment to manual. Removed my card and email on the contact info to transfer the account. Subject line, asterisk transfer by Friday. Clear asterisk boring. True savings. Moved my emergency fund, $132,400, into a new bank I hadn't told anyone about. Set alerts. Froze my credit. Requested new cards. I made a spreadsheet called Exit. Each row was a rope I'd tied around myself to keep a ship from drifting that was never mine to steer. By the time I was done, my phone said 43 missed calls. 17 from Mom, 8 from Dad, 12 from Jenna, 6 from no caller ID. I let them stack. The voicemails came in waves. First angry, then pleading, then quiet, seething ones where Mom breathed into the microphone like she wanted me to feel her disappointment through the speaker. At 11:27 p.m., Aunt Rose texted, "Sweetheart, can we talk?" I stared at it a long time and didn't reply. She was the kind one, but in my family, kindness often came with a clipboard. I slept with my phone in a drawer. In the morning, the number was 58 missed calls. Group chat, 142 unread messages. Caleb had written 3 paragraphs about masculinity and mutual aid. Jenna posted a photo of Daisy with a caption about nervous systems and safety. Mom posted a meme about ungrateful children. I made coffee. I packed a suitcase. I rolled my socks. I took down the whiteboard calendar from my wall and wiped it clean. At noon, Dad showed up on my door. He knocked hard, like a cop in a movie. I let him knock. He called my name. I let him call. He jiggled the handle. I sipped coffee. After a while, he left. A minute later, a text. Coward, I wrote back. Boundaries, he sent. You think words protect you? I typed and deleted and typed again, then sent. Asterisk no. Policies do. Asterisk mom kept up the percussion. Banned was her new favorite word. Banned from Thanksgiving, from Christmas, from the family chat, while also being tagged in every message in the same family chat. It was like being told to leave and then having the door shoved open in your face. At 3 p.m., Jenna sent a photo of a contract. We need your signature by 5, she wrote. The bank closes at 6, read the sentence where it says joint and several liability, I replied. Then read it again. You don't love me, she shot back. I love you enough not to let you drown us both, I wrote. I love you enough to stop pretending money is a vibe. She sent me a voice message. I didn't play it. Then, Daisy misses you. I stared at that and felt something twist. I didn't love that dog. But I also loved my future. Love is not a payment plan. I went to my storage unit and made 3 piles: keep, donate, trash. The keep pile was smaller than I expected. It looked like a life that could move. On my way home, I passed the corner bar and saw Caleb inside on a stool, telling a story with big hands. He didn't see me. I kept walking. Back upstairs, I printed my flight information and taped it to the inside of my front door. It made the plan feel solid. Train at 6:20 a.m. Terminal 2, seat 21A. My job had arranged temporary housing near the office. The photos looked clean and boring and like a place where nobody would ask me for a login. At 7 p.m., while the non-negotiable family meeting apparently happened without me, my phone went quiet. An hour later, it lit up again. Asterisk mom, final offer. Sign the loan. Keep your number in the plan. Thanksgiving is at Aunt Rose's at 3. You can carve a asterisk me. No mom, why are you doing this on me? Because the only way to stop being the plan is to stop being the plan and nothing for a while. Then, mom, we won't forget this. Me either. I took a shower. I set 3 alarms. I texted my friend Mike the airport time and the address of my place, just in case. He replied with a thumbs up, a plain emoji, and proud of you, man. I lay in bed in a quiet apartment, listening to a neighbor's dishwasher hum. I thought about the binder with tabs and the way mom had pushed it across the table like fate. I thought about 43 missed calls and the shape of my life when nobody else's hands were on it. It wasn't peace yet, but it was quiet. Quiet is what you get first when you finally refuse the noise. Thanksgiving came early for me that year. It arrived on a Monday at 7:35 a.m., with a gray sky over a new city and my breath fogging in front of me like a cartoon speech bubble. I moved into the company flat and learned the grocery store hours. I bought a kettle because everyone said I needed one, and a cheap plant because the window looked sad without it. I set up my work laptop on a small desk and taped my little spreadsheet of bills to the side. It had 5 lines now, all with my name only. The first week, I woke up expecting the old rhythm. Texts before I'd finished coffee, little fires in other people's kitchens. Instead, I had emails about shipments and morning meetings that ended when they said they would. I walked from work along a canal and counted dogs. I learned the sound the crosswalks make here. I cooked for 1 and ate all of it. On Wednesday, a screenshot from my credit monitoring app popped up. Asterisk new inquiry attempted. Blocked asterisk. I smiled at my plant and watered it a little. That night, Jenna sent a photo of a turkey emoji and "Are you happy?" I typed for a while, then erased it all and sent, "I hope you find what you're looking for. I can't fund the search." She didn't reply. Mom sent a message that started with, "I shouldn't say this." And then said it anyway. I read it. I didn't answer. The next day, she sent nothing. That felt like a new holiday in our calendar, Empty Box Day. I made myself a small plate on actual Thanksgiving. Roasted chicken breast, because turkeys here look like a commitment. Potatoes. Green beans. I FaceTimed Mike and held up my plate. He held up his, a greasy slice of pizza. Tradition, he said. We laughed. After dinner, I opened my notes app and looked at the old list. Dates. Amounts. The breadcrumb trail of how a boundary disappears when you keep stepping over it. Just this once. I scrolled to the bottom and added a line. I won't cosign chaos, I won't be leveraged with love, I won't call neglect help, I won't trade peace for access, I won't apologize for keeping what I earn, I won't be the plan. I read it twice. Then I wrote one more sentence. The only one that mattered if I wanted any of this to stick. I will love you without paying for you. It wasn't a victory speech. It was a memo to myself. The kind you put in a folder and check when you feel weak. The kind that holds when the text comes, soft or loud or in all caps. People think closure is a door slamming. It's not. It's a door you finally stop holding open for people who never plan to walk through it. I'm not banned from anything that matters. I eat what I cook. I answer what I want. I earn. I save. I sleep. This isn't about revenge. It never was. It's about not confusing being needed with being loved. It's about refusing to be a wallet with feelings.